Bonjour Year 7, this is your video on birthdays. Firstly, this is a task that I know Madame Gonsalin's classes will have done already, but the rest of us will need to do this now. This is on page 22, à la page 22, in your blue carnet or your blue booklets. It's at the bottom of the page. What you need to do is match up the pairs from the way they're written on the left-hand side, so they're written as dates, and match them up to the digits on the right-hand side. So if you could pause it now, I'll go through the answers in a moment. Okay, let's go through the answers then. So they've appeared there. If you could tick your own answers, and we'll move on. Et maintenant à la page 23, on page 23 in your booklets, there are some dates here that you need to draw pictures for. In your booklet, questions 2 and 3 look the same, but if you look here, if you look carefully, they are in fact different on the screen here. So numéro 3, ce n'est pas le 14 février, it's not the 14th of February again, c'est le 31 octobre. Okay? Each of these dates are things, occasions that you'll know about, so you'll need to draw something that signifies that you know what date that is. The first 4 are all regular dates throughout the year. Numéro 5, c'est mon anniversaire. That's actually the title of what we're doing today. So anniversaire is birthday. Mon anniversaire, if you could draw something that shows your birthday. And numéro 6, it says à toi, which is kind of over to you. So you can choose any date that you want to throughout the year and write it in French and then draw your own picture. So you might want to choose somebody else's birthday or something, another calendar day that you'd like to signify there. Okay, then let's do a bit of revision on months. If you could either say or maybe even write down on a bit of scrap paper what month it is for the next few slides, that would be great, and then I'll show you the answers. Okay, so c'est quel mois? What month is that? C'est février. C'est quel mois? C'est octobre. C'est quel mois? C'est décembre. C'est quel mois? Avril. C'est quel mois? La rentrée scolaire is like the return to school. C'est septembre. So on to birthdays then, and how we ask when your birthday is in French. We need to say it as you can see on the top of the screen there. Quelle est la date de ton anniversaire? Alright, so the QU sound there, as with any time you see the Q in French, it's more of a cut sound than we'd say in English, a qu sound, but it's not, it's just quel. And once again, we don't always pronounce the E's on the end of words in French, so you can see that as well. So I'll say it one more time. If you could say it after me, just so you can practice saying it, that would be great. Quelle est la date de ton anniversaire? Okay, and the way to answer it then is given to you below on the balloons. So let's have a look then. It's mon anniversaire, which means my birthday, et le is the, and then we've got a birthday here, which is le 3 juin, so the 3rd of June. The first 4 balloons is what you will say at the start of when you're saying when your birthday is. Mon anniversaire est le, and then you will put in your own, the date of your birthday and then the month. Okay, so it's just like when we were looking at dates in the previous lesson, you say it in exactly the same way. So just to repeat that then again, quelle est la date de ton anniversaire is the question, and to answer it, mon anniversaire est le 8 novembre. So if we were to say that, that would be the 8th of November. So we say my birthday is on, and then the number here, and the month. And once again, the months of the year in French do not have capital letters. So whereas we'd always write them with a capital in English, we don't need to in French. Have a go at writing this down on some scrap paper if you possibly can. There are going to be a few of these that are going to appear, so write them down each time. Pause the video if you need a bit more time. You probably will need to pause it, and then press play again and you can check your answer. So the question again, quelle est la date de ton anniversaire? This is the anniversaire that we need to write down here. Okay. Et la réponse, mon anniversaire est le 23 octobre. And the next one, quelle est la date de ton anniversaire? That's the date there that we need. So write it down. La réponse, mon anniversaire est le 5 novembre. Next one, quelle est la date de ton anniversaire? It's this date here. Et la réponse, mon anniversaire est le 31 juin. Going back, actually, there aren't 31 days in June, are there? So that could never actually happen. Anyway, moving on. The next one, quelle est la date de ton anniversaire? It's this date here. Ooh, kind of unlucky if that's your birthday, I guess. Mon anniversaire est le 25 décembre. Quelle est la date de ton anniversaire? It's this one here. Mon anniversaire est le 1er septembre. We're going to do a listening task now. This will be in the front of your yellow books. Your title is Écoute, and the date, la date, is le, and then whatever date you are doing this activity on. It might be 12, you might write 12 there, or it might be 13 or 14 or so on, depending on when you're doing this lesson. And then the month janvier. There are 11 questions for this listening exercise. You need to write numbers 1 to 11 in your books, ready to write your answers. You'll hear each person say when their birthday is. I will play each one for you twice, and then you need to write down what they've said, but you need to write that in English, or it can also be in digits. If you look at the side of the screen, we have got some random dates here. And the way they're set out is you've got the first part here, which is the date. So that would be the first, that first one. And the second lot of numbers, that is referring to the month. So that date there would be the 1st of January. When you're writing your answers, you can choose to write them like they are written on the side, or you can write them in English, so you can write the month out in English. So if you were writing this one, you could either write 0101, or you could write 01 January, because don't forget, your answers are going to be in English. It's completely up to you, whichever one you find easier. If you fancy a bit of a challenge, try not to look at the numbers on the side here and try and answer just from what you hear. But it can be quite a handy thing to have on the side if you do find them a bit challenging. If you're not sure, for example, about which month has been said or which number has been said, you can then check to see where your answer would be along here, and then you can choose the correct answer to write in. It's up to you if you want to use it or not. Off we go. Question 1. Numéro 1.
Mon anniversaire est le 2 avril.
Deuxième fois, second time.
Mon anniversaire est le 2 avril.
Numéro 2. Question 2.
Mon anniversaire est le 14 mars.
Deuxième fois.
Mon anniversaire est le 14 mars.
Numéro 3.
Mon anniversaire est le 25 novembre.
Deuxième fois.
Mon anniversaire est le 25 novembre.
Numéro 4.
Mon anniversaire est le 29 décembre.
Deuxième fois.
Mon anniversaire est le 29 décembre.
Numéro 5.
Mon anniversaire est le 12 octobre.
Deuxième fois, second time.
Mon anniversaire est le 12 octobre.
Numéro 6.
Mon anniversaire est le 1er janvier.
Et la deuxième fois.
Mon anniversaire est le 1er janvier.
Numéro 7.
Mon anniversaire est le 8 août.
Deuxième fois. This is quite a tricky one to listen to.
Mon anniversaire est le 8 août.
Okay, that last word there was ut, if that helps. Numéro 8.
Mon anniversaire est le 20 juillet.
Deuxième fois, second time.
Mon anniversaire est le 20 juillet.
Numéro 9.
Mon anniversaire est le 28 février.
Deuxième fois.
Mon anniversaire est le 28 février.
Numéro 10.
Mon anniversaire est le 6 septembre.
Deuxième fois.
Mon anniversaire est le 6 septembre.
Et numéro 11.
Mon anniversaire est le 19 juin.
Deuxième fois.
Mon anniversaire est le 19 juin.
Alright then, the answers aren't going to appear on the screen, so I will read out the answers. Question 1 was 0204, or the 2nd of April. Question 2 was the 14th of the 3rd, or the 14th of March. Question 3 was the 25th of the 11th, or the 25th of November. Question 4 was the 29th of the 12th, or the 29th of December. Question 5 was the 12th of the 10th, which is the 12th of October. Question 6 is the 1st of the 1st, the 1st of January. Question 7 was the 8th of the 8th. It was quite difficult to hear that one. That's the 8th of August. Question 8 is the 20th of the 7th, or the 20th of July. Question 9, 2802, or the 28th of February. Question 10, the 6th of September, or 0609. And the last one, question 11, is the 19th of the 6th, or the 19th of June. Tick them if you've got them correct them if they're wrong, and write your total next to your work. The next task is in your blue booklets. C'est à la page 24 on page 24. It's a reading task. You need to read through what these people are saying and then fill in a grid underneath to say when all of their birthdays are. So they all say something, but they don't directly tell you when their birthday is, so you need to work that out. There are 4 words or phrases that will really help you with this. That's part of question 1, which is to find these different words or phrases in a dictionary. If you use an online dictionary, you can use Word Reference or Word Hippo, or for individual words, you could even at a push use Google Translate. and it should give you the correct answers. I wouldn't recommend doing that for any longer texts or in general, but it's fine for just the odd word. Let's go to what these words mean then. Un jour is a day or one day. Un mois is a month or 1 month. Avant is before. And après is after. We've seen that before in après-midi and so on. If we look at the first person then in this text, it's Jacques. And Jacques says, Mon anniversaire est le 3 mai. So Jacques just told us when his birthday is. And what you will need to do is write in the grid underneath this part on page 24, you will need to write down when his birthday is. And you need to write this in English. So because he's just told us when his birthday is, we know we can write that down. We're going to write the 3rd of May in that first box. Underneath we've got Clarisse, and this is where it gets a little bit trickier, okay? Because she does tell us when her birthday is. She says, Mon anniversaire est le 25 février. So we know that, and that's fine. And then it says, Mais l'anniversaire de mon oncle Thierry est le 10 novembre. Okay, so she then says, Mais, which is but, l'anniversaire de mon oncle Thierry, the birthday of my uncle Thierry, so my uncle Thierry's birthday, est le 10 novembre. And then she gives that birthday. So underneath Clarisse on your grid, you've got Thierry. So Thierry doesn't say anything himself, but Clarisse tells us when his birthday is. And then when we move down to Philippe, Philippe actually says, Mon anniversaire est 10 jours après l'anniversaire de Jacques. So what you need to do there is look at those new words that we've just been given and try and work out when Philippe's birthday is in relation to Jacques' birthday. If you pause now, try this task, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, let's go through these answers then. We've already seen the first few. Un jour, we know, is a day or one day. Un mois is a month or 1 month. Avant is before. Après is after. Jacques' birthday is on May the 3rd, as he tells us. Clarisse's birthday is on the 25th of February. And Thierry's birthday, which is told to us by Clarisse, is on November the 10th. Philippe, who says, Mon anniversaire est 10 jours après l'anniversaire de Jacques, he's actually telling us that his birthday is 10 jours après, 10 days after Jacques' birthday. So that would take us to May the 13th. So if you can see, we're using all of those words that we've just looked at, a day, a month, before and after, and our knowledge of numbers as well, to try and work out these clues. Magali says that her birthday is 2 mois avant l'anniversaire de Jacques. So her birthday is 2 months before Jacques' birthday, which means her birthday is on March the 3rd. Mathieu says, Mon anniversaire est le 1er janvier, mais l'anniversaire de ma sœur Anne est le 29 février. C'est difficile pour elle. So Mathieu, his birthday is on the 1st of January, and as he tells us, his sister Anne has a birthday on February the 29th, which is kind of rare. The next person says, Mon anniversaire c'est 15 jours après l'anniversaire de Mathieu, so 15 days after Matthew's birthday, which takes us to January the 16th. And the final two people we have here are, we need to go 6 months after Clarisse's birthday, which takes us to August the 25th. And also Sandrine is on the 21st of June. À la page 25, we've got some more questions linked to this task. you need to answer them in English. Where it says who is somebody, you need to say what relation they are to somebody else. So if Sandrine was Philippe's cousin, for example, you would write Sandrine is Philippe's cousin, or just Philippe's cousin, because you don't need to write in full sentences. Okay, so the answers are going to appear on the screen right now. We've got the answer for A, and we've got the answer for B, C, and then the last two questions are grammar-based questions. So D is what do mon and ma mean? And they actually mean my. So there are two different words that we've seen here that mean my. There are actually three different words for my in French. And on to E, what is the difference between mon and ma? Well, if you have a look at that text again, you'll see that we've got, for example, we've got mon oncle, my uncle. So they've used mon for uncle. And when we've actually got the word for sister as well, and that is sœur. And so to say my sister, it's ma sœur. So we've used mon and we've used ma there as well. It's actually, mon is used for a masculine word. So if you're talking about something that is masculine, so it could be a brother or a father or an uncle and so on. So you'd use it for that. We also use it for objects in French, which we'll get to at some other point. And ma is used for feminine words to say my. So if you're talking about your mum or your sister or your auntie and so on, and also for feminine objects. Okay, we're going to leave it at that for today then, so that's this lesson done. Merci.